You know. So do you want to hear? You want to hear the audio, or you want to?
Yeah, let me hear the audio.
Okay. So put your headphones on. So we're gonna play this audio. This is the audio of a woman, a black woman in Ferguson, trying to buy a gun.
Oh, we heard that last night. I thought you were going to do the Don Lemon audio.
No.
Come on.
No, I'm not going to
Come on. I want to hear about the cheap in the air.
No. I'm not going to do that one. Well, that's cursing in it, and I can't bleep it out.
How much cursing is there?
It's cursing. Yeah.
But I mean, we're not going to get fined for cursing. We're on.
No.
The radio.
I don't want to start that, because we said that the show it can be listened by kids.
I don't think any 7-year-olds who don't have a vocabulary like that already.
Yeah, but we don't want
whatever. Hey.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah. So we have.
When you come back, I want to tell you about how many black people are being shot by police.
Okay. So time check. The time is approximately 8:44 p.m. That time check is brought to you by All Star Motors, providing you with services you can trust. They provide you with ASC certified mechanics, New Jersey State inspection facilities, used car sale, authorized police towing, and emission repair facilities. You can call them at 973-762-8771. That's 973-762-8771. We'll be right back after this short break.
Coming soon, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience.
The Strollers present Bruce Norris's Pulitzer Prize-winning play, Clybourne Park, Fridays and Saturdays, November 7th, 8th, 14th, and 15th at 8 p.m., and Sunday, November 9th at 2 p.m. Sunday matinee will be sign language interpreted for the hearing impaired. All performances at the Bergdorf Center for the Performing Arts, 10 Duran Road, Maplewood. Adult tickets, $20. Student senior, $15. For tickets, call 973-761-8453 or visit our website, www.thestrollers.org. Don't stay at home. Come play with the Strollers.
Are you looking for a professional logo design for your website, brand, or business? Then we are the company you are looking for. We are professional graphic designers, and with our skills, we will design a perfect, high-quality logo for you. We work with standout concepts, nice contrasts, and color balance. Please let us know your text for use in logo, web address, color of logo that you want. We will design 3 variations of your logo for you to choose from for only $99.95, with 100% refund of your $99.95 if you're not satisfied. We provide fast delivery and professional design. We also design any size web banner ad for $35. Call us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to take your call.
Do you want your kid to run faster with better running form and conditioning for his or her sport? Then Running Development Academy is the place for him or her. Our training packages fix their form and make them run faster. How about training to run a marathon or just run faster in your respective event? Maybe you just want to learn to run properly and lose weight in the process. Our trainers, a former 800 meters track Olympian and an 8 times world record holder in Masters Track and Field, will get you there. Don't delay. Sign up today at runningdevelopmentacademy.com or contact us at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444 to learn more.
Want to learn piano for kids? Then I recommend Wendy Goldstein School of Piano. Wendy Goldstein has been offering piano lessons since 1993 and teaches piano in a very natural way. An alumni of Manhattan School of Music, Wendy creates customized lesson plans for each student and helps bring music alive. Wendy provides you a convenient location, the best value, and the most fun way to learn piano. All ages are welcome, and the first lesson is always free. Have questions? Call Wendy at 201-207-5169.
Go ahead and advertise on the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. You can reach us at 347-674-1680. That's 347-674-1680. An operator is standing by to assist you. This is the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. We want to hear from you at 973-327-3626 or log on to SoMore.org to let us know your opinion. You're listening to the South Orange Maplewood Online Radio Experience. For more, go to SoMore.org to participate in the discussion.
maybe the hardest part is if you teach, you have to live your teaching. You can't say, you do not as I do, but do as I say. No. You have to say, I'm doing my best to live what I teach. I have a painting by Phoebe of a group that she calls Sister Suki's Funeral. And all the women, there are about 9 women, and they all look like women in my grandmother's prayer meeting group. So whenever I'm obliged to do something, I take that painting and I look at that painting. There's an empty chair. And I think, now what would Grandma do? What would she say? I can almost hear her voice say, now, sister, you know what's right. Just do right. You don't really have to.
That's right, Margie. We are back with you. Just do right, Margie. When are we going to get the American justice system and the police in the United States of America to just do right? When are we going to get them to do that?
I don't know. Were you going to play something? Because I'm reading an interesting article I like to share.
No, we are back. We are back. So, what do you have there for us?
Well, this is coming out of... This is an AP report. Ferguson protests. 14 people were injured. 61 arrests. And businesses were torched. And they will add their prayers to your... Ferguson, Missouri. Smoke billowed from burned-out buildings and sidewalks were strewn with broken glass Tuesday morning after Ferguson erupted over a grand jury's decision not to indict a white police officer in the killing of an unarmed black 18-year-old Michael Brown. Firefighters were dousing the blackened remains of businesses, and at least one was still ablaze. Some Ferguson stores that weren't burned had smashed window displays, but streets of the St. Louis suburb were mostly cleared. Monday night's protesters were far more destructive than any of those that followed Brown's death on August 9th, with more than a dozen businesses badly damaged or destroyed. Authorities reported hearing hundreds of gunshots, for a time prevented fire crews from fighting, the fire crews from fighting the flames. There were 60 around arrests in Ferguson overnight, many burglary and trespassing. St. Louis County police spokesperson Brian Shellen said there were 21 arrests in St. Louis where protesters broke some store windows along South Grand Avenue. St. Louis Mayor Francis Slay said. John Belmar, chief of the St. Louis County Police, said that unless his agency could bring in 10,000 officers, I don't think we can prevent folks who are really intent on destroying a community. At least 14 people were injured during the overnight protest, including 2 people who were admitted to the Barnes Jewish Hospital. That hospital treated and released 5 people. 6 people were treated for minor injuries at the Christian Hospital. St. Louis University Hospital treated and released another. Other hospitals didn't immediately respond to phone messages. Meanwhile, many Ferguson area district classes canceled out of concern for the safety of getting kids to and from school. The grand jury's decision means that Officer Darren Wilson, who is white, will not face any criminal charges by the state for killing Brown, whose death inflamed deep racial tensions between many black Americans and police. Prosecuting attorney Bob McCullough said the jury of 9 whites and 3 blacks met on 25 separate days over 3 months, hearing more than 70 hours of testimony from 60 witnesses, including 3 medical examiners and experts on blood toxicology and firearms. The only people that have heard and examined every witness and every piece of evidence, he said, adding to that, the jurors poured their hearts and soul into this process. In a first flash of unrest after the grand jury announcement, Belmar said he told officers to back off, suggesting that they handle the situation as if it were a festival or a ball game. But the situation quickly spun out of control, quote unquote, as the protesters looted businesses and set fire to numerous vehicles, including at least 2 police office cars. Eventually, officers lobbed tear gas from inside the armored vehicles to disperse crowds. As McCullough read his statement, Michael Brown's mother, Leslie McSpadden, sat on top of a vehicle listening to a document of the broadcast of the announcement. On my phone. That's embarrassing. When she heard the decision, she burst into tears and began screaming before being whisked away by supporters. The crowd with her erupted in anger, converging on the barricade where police in riot gear were standing. Hold on one second. Speaking for nearly 45 minutes, defensive McCullough repeatedly cited what he saw were inconsistencies in erroneous witness accounts. When asked by a reporter whether any of the accounts amount to perjury, he says, "I think they truly believe what they saw, but they didn't." The prosecutor was also critical of the media, saying, quote, "The most significant challenge for his officers was a 24-hour news cycle and insatiable appetite for something, for anything to talk about." But McCullough never mentioned that Brown was unarmed when he was killed. Shortly after the announcement, authorities released more than 1,000 pages of grand jury documents, including Wilson's testimony. Here's Wilson. Wilson told jurors that he initially encountered Brown and a friend walking in the street, and when he told them to move to a sidewalk, Brown responded with an explicative. Wilson then noticed that Brown had a handful of cigars, and that's when it clicked for me, he said, referring to a radio report minutes earlier of a robbery at a nearby convenience store. Wilson said he asked the dispatcher to send additional police and then backed his vehicle up in front of Brown and his friend. As he tried to open the door, Wilson said Brown slammed it back shut. The officer said he pushed Brown with the door and Brown hit him in the face. Wilson told grand jurors he was thinking, "What do I do not to get beaten inside of my car?" "I drew my gun," Wilson told the grand jury. "I said, 'Get back or I'm going to shoot you.' He immediately grabbed my gun and says, 'You're too much of a blank to shoot me.'" Wilson told grand jurors. He said Brown grabbed the gun with his right hand, twisted it, and digs it into my hip. That's why he felt the need to pull his gun. Wilson told grand jurors he was concerned another punch to his face could knock me out or worse. After shots were fired in the vehicle, Brown fled and Wilson gave chase. At some point, Brown turned around to face the officer. Witness accounts were conflicted about whether Brown walked, stumbled, or charged back toward Wilson before he was fatally wounded. McCullough said there were also differing accounts of how or whether Brown's hands were raised. His body fell about 153 feet from Wilson's vehicle. Thousands of people rallied, mostly peaceful, in other U.S. cities on Monday night, and the president appealed for calm and understanding, pleading with both protesters and the police to show restraint. Quote, "We are a nation built on the rule of law, so we need to accept that this decision was the grand jury's to make," Obama said. He said it was understandable that at some point Americans would be angered, but echoed Brown's parents in calling for peaceful protests. Yeah. That's the story that's out, and so.
Well, Columbia High School students stayed.
Is that all you? How do you just segue like that?
Yeah, because I mean, what it is that, just. Yeah.
I mean, I think the thing is that no, or if any, from an article that I read that I did want to share with you, very few white cops have gone down for shooting black males. And in fact, that they say that, the average is so high, it could be like one every 2 weeks.
Before you do that, let me say a special hello to my good friend at Place, New Jersey, Jared Kofsky. He just sent a tweet, tweeting out our In the Village with Anselm Marjorie. Uh-huh. So Jared Kofsky of Place, New Jersey, or Essex County Place, he sent out a tweet via Twitter, and In the Village with Anselm Marjorie got favorited by